Well, this week marks 50 years since the end of the Vietnam War, and at the same time, the large, incredible Vietnamese community here in Houston continues to make huge and positive impacts throughout Southeast Texas and beyond. So we wanted to find out just what that impact truly is. And joining me now from our news partners, Houston Landing, is reporter Hillary Ma, talking about this and has done incredible stories on the Vietnamese community. Thank you so much for being here, first and foremost.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course. Well, I want to explain to the public, first of all, you may not realize this, but right here in Houston, in this area, America's largest Vietnamese population outside of California lives right here. How many people are we talking about in the Vietnamese community in Houston?
Back in 2019, there's a Pew Research Institute estimate of about 140,000 people. I think there's a range of about 100,000 to 150,000, not even including, the undocumented and whatnot. So there is a large presence here in Houston.
It really is, and they've made a huge impact on our community. And you've done a number of stories on this. So explain to us, talking about the impact that they've made, the story that you did to talk about that.
I mean, when we talk about impact, there's a range of what Vietnamese Americans have done. One of the biggest things that we found was that in the culinary scene, they've made one of the biggest impact. Like when you think of Houston food, you really think, I think Vietnamese food, it's very valid to say, oh, like Vietnamese food, it's, it's what you would come here for. Yes. So you have a lot of chefs like, Christine Ha, Nikki Tran, really Vietnamese Cajun, Viet Cajun, like here, it really has pioneered here in Houston.
It really has.
So I feel like, culinary scene-wise, I think something cool about Vietnamese people too is that, it's really stories of resilience through food. They're really able to take, the resources that they have and just kind of weave it into, something new, something from home to bring it over here.
Which is wonderful to share with so many people. In full disclosure, I eat a lot of Vietnamese food, so I know this. There's a great restaurant just down the corner. I'll say Old Saigon Cafe around the corner because I come here all the time, and it's great. Now, also because they have such a large impact in this community. What is one thing I found that just reading your articles, it was really surprising. They don't have the political impact, or at least representation, that you would think a community that large would have. Why is that?
I mean, there's a multitude of reasons. I mean, political disenfranchisement among minority groups is nothing new. I think especially with Vietnamese communities, there's things like language barriers, culture barriers, and whatnot. There's a lot of information gaps. And in Texas, too, it's just much harder to get people to vote just because of the voting ID, like those legal barriers.
Right.
So I think disenfranchisement, it shows much more subtly than others, just because of those factors. There's also things like, you have these set amount of people who are registered to vote, but because, there's not a lot of accessibility and how to navigate these types of systems and how to do it, I think there's just a lot of work to be done.
Right, right. And also there's a third story that Houston Landing does a great job on. And I know we're short on time for about 30 seconds or so, but as a reporter, myself included, there's an incredible story about how a Vietnamese reporter passed away some 40 years ago, and there's still no word on a suspect in this case, and you do an incredible investigative report. Briefly, just about 10, 20, 15 seconds, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the story follows the son of that journalist that you were speaking about, Thu Nguyen. He, it's really just a story about him and how he navigates his grief. He, is on a pendulum of trying to seek justice, seek revenge, not just for his father, but for all the journalists who were killed.
Very much so.
Yes.
Well, thank you for just being with us and telling us so much about what this incredible community means to all of us here in Houston and how they really do make an impact, and so many great stories that you continue to cover over there at Houston Landing. So thank you so much, Hillary, for being here as well. And you can see these stories for yourself. They have a newsletter every Thursday, which is today, but also go to their website, HoustonLanding.org, for more on this. Great job, as always. You're an incredible reporter. The entire team is, and thank you for spending some time with us as well.
Of course. Thank you.